Hello, this is a Heavenly Tea episode where I'm going to show you my website. Why? Well, websites with names like mine get shadow banned and have been for decades. Why do I keep the name? Because it means something to me. It has a resonance field to it. And that is who I am and what I stand for. So I would rather have less customers, but remain true to myself. Integrity, wired into my very essence. Okay. So my website is inspiration.biz, not inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. And I'm going to talk you through the breadth and depth that is on that website. So share this when you find out that there is something you know your friend would be interested in, the friend struggling with a child, someone with a question, whatever. When you get a prompt, then please take this and share it. That's why I'm doing this little guided tour. All right, I'm going to screen share. Okay, so you've got a little picture of me, I hope. No? Oh, maybe. You don't need to have a little picture of me. You've got my website. This is the front cover. Flowers, flowers, flower of life, remember? That geometric pattern that's been drummed into our minds. The universe is not as symmetrical, as precise as that. It is balanced, but it's not the same. If you get the flower of life pattern, that is completely regulated, regimented, mathematically the same everywhere. That's not what nature is. So mine is, look, it's a little wonky. Yes, hand-drawn. It was a fabric design a long time ago. And I turned it into my website. So you've got 4 areas. The new education. That's what I'm talking about a lot at the moment. The new earth, how we're going to live. Of course, they're combined, the 2 of those. The new humans, well, yes, that's all combined. And the new music. This, I'll go in there quickly. This was me in the past, my 3 albums. First one here, this one, Truth Telling. You can go and see a few videos. You can go to, where do you go to? You can go to iTunes. Here we go, to go and find all the songs. This is the album that Stevie Nicks, yes, of what's her band called again? She took it around Hollywood and said, you must sign this woman. But they said, no, is she into hip hop? She's not. No, we will not sign her. Anyway, that was a while ago, 2009. Then I wrote My Dear Sweet Stranger and Aligned, all about, of course, spiritual connection to the self and therefore being in presence with yourself in the world and being able to be your full expansive self and help the world in whatever capacity you were born to be and do that. That's what my music's about. Let's go back. So back to the front here. The new humans. Let's have a look at this one. Now, this is about a course and courses information. Here's lots of the videos that I do on my Rumble site. It's about how to develop your intuitive full self, how to be in contact with your full self. And you can just arrange a one-on-one session with me. Or you can do the Inspiration course, which is training for the new millennia, remote viewing, intuitive awareness, communication with spirit, how you can go to your spirit every day and ask whatever question you want. Like the last video you will have seen, where I went to my spirit to say, okay, what shall I do now? What's the next plan for my work? Or investigating anything in the Akashic Field, looking into aspects of the world. As I said, I talk to the earth or to water, whatever you want to talk to, you can talk to a bus. This is the training for your inspirative self, your intuitive self. And or you can go and just book a one-on-one session with me for usually 2 hours, and I charge $150 for that. And we can remote view anything you want to. We can look into your family, your children, your past history, how you're going to live, find your information, how you want your guidance. There's so many aspects we can go into. And most of that is documented here. Look, I use specific tools. I can also train you, teach you, to encourage you how to access this without going into deep meditative states. So you can access the information you need from your spirit. It's just working out how you're going to do it. So that's what this is about. Now let's go back to our front. You can get, of course, to anything from here as well. Now, the new earth, this is really about focusing in on preparing the environment for living. So here, look, I've got interior design and play packages. Interior design is an important thing. It is about where you live, the experience and the enjoyment. So the way you live, your environment and how it looks, it's supporting you. It may be the difference between you surviving or thriving. It may be even the difference between you not surviving. So look at this. There's lots of, it's overwhelming for most people, not for me, because I like color and image. But you can go and click on any of these and get inspiration and then discuss design with me, because this is funny. We probably don't know this. You might know it. I am a landscape architect from training. That's a 5-year course, internationally trained, the UK and the USA, Scotland and the USA. And I'm also a PhD architecture, which was actually about child psychology and education and how to bring children closer to themselves and to nature. However, that architectural background you can see here. And I work in interior design as well because, as I said, it supports your spirit. It can really uplift you. Color can change everything in your life. And having the right colors to support you, even feng shui I use and work with. Because when you have an environment, not only for us adults living and breathing and working in increasingly from home, then of course I carry it through to children. Now you can also go and have a look at my Contrado store. You can see here, these are 3 example wallpapers that I've designed. This is a lovely thing where you can create all kinds of lovely designs. I've got lots of wallpapers. They're nice to use in a panel. Things from, you know, bowls, cushions, outdoor furniture, luggage, lampshades, rugs, a little bit of ribbon, just because it's fun for me and it's lovely for you to have some collections, some images, rugs, which have come from designs created in a sphere of connection. So when you look at some of these designs, like this one, this is eggs. You can see the eggs. This is about creation. This was me looking at the creation processes within a person, shifting from one state to another, and it's now a rug. Shamanic design, yes, this has energy and frequency which will support you. So you can go through to my Inspiration Contrado site and it goes on and on and on. There is a lot of lovely stuff in there that you can look at, the eggs and the water bottle. So that's just accessible through the website here on the New Earth. So let's go back to the original place again. And now let's go to this. This is probably the fullest section, the new education. Just show you again, one more time. Here, the new education. So this is all about learning for you, adults, yes, and for children, and sometimes not just for you adults, but how to be the teacher for the child. So, okay, let's kind of go through what I'm offering here. So one-on-one performing arts sessions. Now I have hidden my work under the guise of performing arts, teaching singing, acting and dancing. Singing, of course, is your instrument of power that you take with you. You don't need any equipment to sing, just you and maybe some water. And I work with children and adults just to teach them to sing, yes, to appreciate their voice, to give themselves confidence. Of course, when you have a voice, then you just get gradually more and more able to share it with people as you learn to love and appreciate it. So singing is, of course, for the sound, and you can use it for sound healing for your body, for animals, for everyone else, creating an atmosphere with your sound. I sang at a funeral of a friend last summer and it's still touching people's hearts today. Yes. So singing is an extraordinary thing. It doesn't just need to be the entertainment business. But when I work with you as a singer, there are many, many ways of doing it. You can book a term with me, or you can also just book individual lessons if you message me. So here we go, sort of talking about what that is. And that goes for acting too. Acting, I've written books about that. We'll go to that in a moment. But the lessons of acting are real empowerment for being yourself, because most of us have been hidden behind many, many layers of conditioning. And acting is a wonderful way to break through, because you have to look at different characters. You have to be them. You have to inhabit them. Your body has to take on different emotions. You have to understand the emotional spectrum. And so acting is a wonderful way to regain your full presence. Yes. So I can do that for dance. It's a little bit trickier dance online, but I can definitely coach dancing. I can't really demonstrate so much, but definitely acting and singing wherever in the world you are. Then we get to this, the full teacher training. I'm very excited about this because this is based on my book, From Duty to Joy, which we'll have a look at in a moment. And this is a 48 session, 2-year program. And it takes you into a space where you can become the adult who is able to allow the child to be guided from within in their learnings. You don't need a school curriculum. You are now the witness to the opening up and unfolding of the children in front of you. And your job is to be that, to be the listener, but also to keep your skills refined, because you're going to need all the things you're brilliant at. That will be your passionate sharing with the children. And how do you create a prepared environment so the children can go find the information they need and create the experiments and the experience that they need? So every single aspect of that, this is the new learning, the new education, the 180-degree turn I keep talking about, where you're guided from within rather than programmed by an authoritarian outdoor structure. And those external structures were created by the systems we are now fighting in the Great Awakening, realizing that they are all corrupt, conditioning units of power designed to keep us in thraldom. No, not thraldom. Okay, so in that teacher training, we use certain textbooks, and here we go. This is a very important one, From Duty to Joy. Now, I wrote this in 2021. Yes, well, the end of 2020 to 2021, over that winter period. It was a vision. I needed to do it. This is everything you need to know about learning. It is about the new way of seeing the world when you want to educate your child. So it's written for the parents who are homeschooling. It is written for the teachers who want something else. It is written for the schools setting up. This has every single aspect in it, from how to be as a person in awareness with the child you're operating with, to how to structure your environment, how to restructure, how to recognize what resources you have there. So it is a comprehensive companion, and that book is available. You just click this and you get to a PayPal link. Okay, there's another way to this as well. But then we have this one, the Source Energy Handbook for activating your creativity. And so there are lots of exercises and demonstrations about how to get in touch with your inner self and allow the arts, creative sources to come through you to help you. You can find yourself doing automatic writing. I started to write poetry like Billy-O, and then song lyrics, those became song lyrics and stories, as I was just allowing more and more of my spirit to come into the presence. And of course, then there's drawing, shamanic drawing, just drawing for the fun of it, for enjoying color. I live in that realm. It supports me. And all aspects of creativity are touched on in this book. And it's about being in connection with your source, the source of everything, the creator, and allowing it to come through you, with lots of different exercises for that. So these are part of my teacher training syllabus. Now, right, here's my full palette of books. And you can get to that, of course, from here. You can see books and courses. So these books here, Birds of a Feather, this is the first Milo and Teal book, Transmissions from the Planet Zog. And these were me with full of information of wonderful ways of going about things in life, looking for a way to share it, because I was falling on deaf ears in the in the university world of intellectuals. They didn't want to hear anything I had to say. I did one lecture in Innsbruck years ago, and that was it. They just did not want to hear anything I had to say. Many papers sent to many people, but That fell on deaf ears, as you can imagine now that we know who controls the universities. So Milo and Teal was a story based upon this. I had a radio show called Transmissions from the Planet Zog. And that was my first line. I had that on Glastonbury FM and I had it on Lucky Star Radio. And it was people from our planet who had the pleasure of visiting Zog. And Zog was this place. Actually, let's go back to that previous. Let's go back to this cover. You can see some of the idea of what Zog was. Turns out Zog is our world in the future. Now, this image here is when we got to the stage of being in harmony with the people on the inside of the planet. This is an image from the inside of the planet where Milo and Teal sometimes visit. There was the surface and the inside working together, which is actually what is happening in our future. But I wrote these books as a way of bringing forth this information bringing it into the hands of children and the parents who would read it with them, read them as bedtime stories. And there are 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, all dealing with different ideas. This one, how to transition, this is the 3rd one. I am writing the 4th one, I'm not spending much time on it because it needs a few things to happen and then I'll go and write it probably in about 4 weeks, finish it. It's about a 1/3 of the way done. How to transition, this is talking about life and death, about parallel realities and different dimensions. And Milo and Teal are 2 children in our future, and they work with children in our world, happens to be 13 orphans in India, and work with them to encourage them to open up to their full potential. So from nothing, if you're an orphan, you have less than nothing, don't you? Because you have no parent, to becoming full-blown adults. So it was a wonderful vehicle to explore the flourishing, blossoming of humanity, person by person. And these 3 children's books I have read, people are reading them around the planet, which is rather a lovely thing. So back to this, the Speaking House, the New Education. So we've got all those books here. I've also got Singing Rainbows, which is a book on singing, not just how to sing, how to access all kinds of sounds, how to recognize sounds, what singing is really for in all kinds of ways, the history of some of the exercises. You get reference to the solfeggio notes because there's a lot of crazy information about that, using frequency to condition your body. All of that is in there. Written a few years ago, I think 2011 that was published. And then Brave Souls, this is called a quirky book. This is all about emotional intelligence, but about how to act. So those 2 things, emotional intelligence, we need to know in order to understand our spirit working through us. So we're not just using the matrix robotoid version of our lives, that we are fully embodied. And this is a wonderful way talking about acting through opening up all of the realms of emotion. And it demonstrates how emotion moves and shifts within us, how we shift from one emotion to another. The how, we actually talk about the how in this book. You don't find that in many places. So, and then from there, I also list my play packages. The play packages are part of my learning. And that was back on, let me go back and show you where else you can find the play packages, where we had the New Earth here. We had interior design that I went and showed you, and we have the play packages. So these play packages are lovely things that I've created for children. Play packs for holistic integrative learning. HIL should be fun. And these are, let's start, okay, music composition. I work with music composition, and it is something which is an expressive tool for your mind. And if we go down and have a look here, click on this, you can see explanation of what the music composition pack is. And you can see some more pictures, some of the images. When we click on here, you can see what's in it. So we have these notes, we have a lot of other things that are included, such as you have my books and you have some little basic instruments included in that. Then let's go back to some of the other play packages. Okay, so personal body energy, that's nice. Just look at the image. It's quite a lovely image, isn't it? This is about understanding your energy. So if we click down here and we look at personal body energy pack, This is about children understanding what they are, that they are energetic electrical beings. And this includes a whole lot of different exercises to get to know that, books to read, things to do, investigations to hold. So these play packs, here's a theatrical, I'll show you here where it is it. We've got theatrical play packs, we've got play theatre, superhero capes, dressing up box. Now, all of these are designed to work with the imagination for a child, to wake them up, to allow them to be expressive. So here are these theatrical play packs, and you see that there's a sort of range. You can buy a little theatre from me like this, that you can set up and play theatre. You can learn how to create dressing up boxes. I give you a simple kit. You can order a superhero cape. you So all of that is in there, and that's quite a lovely thing to understand, that there is an alternative to what we've been given for education. So this range of play packs, look, let me just show you, it's huge. Okay, we've got the healer. I love this one. This is about being aware of what's in nature and using it. And this package, if we go down and look at the list, the healer, where is it? It's my natural, right? Here we go. The foodie is all about making wonderful food and growing food in your garden. So it includes seeds and tips on how to, well, not just tips, but how to grow food, books on how to do that. It's the whole pack of how to make your food. We need to know this. People don't know how to make their food anymore. So all of these packages are designed in here for you to be able to research things. I have a biological systems pack. I love this. You can study biology from outside in the garden. And this includes things that you can plant, things that you can grow, that you can gather, the tools you need to examine things. It has books in it. This is school alternative learning. This is go out and find extraordinary things. I have it for chemistry too. Everything we do is chemistry. Yeah. The things you eat, the things you clean with. You can buy a lot of different extraordinary play packs, including geometry and mathematics, because I make the joke about being able to study A-level maths from building and planning a treehouse. That's in there too. Okay. So we have a lot of stuff going on there on the learning side. Let's go back to here. So I was in the new education talking you through. Now, this is something that I worked with a lot, and I had to kind of cool it down because my school didn't like me talking about homeschool. But now that I'm leaving my school, I can get much more into this. And this was two things. We had, well, actually three. We had this equip course, which is for you parents. If you're thinking, right, I want to homeschool, what do I do? And this is a 210 minutes one-on-one focused assessment. And it's basically a little kind of how to get through setting up your homeschool. Okay, so that was in there. I also had the same thing for your child, how to start learning as a homeschooler. And that's a 12-week process, just to take them through those early weeks in this strangeness of being divorced, detached from the system. And this is about how to set up and prepare your homeschool. I would tend to go for the equip, which gives you all of those things together, parents, because it really helps you. And then, of course, we go back to my books where I kind of explain some of that. So that is all this. You can see my some of my YouTube, some of my Facebook pages where you can go and see what I'm up to, and go and join me on Facebook, see some of the wonderful people I talk to. And really, it's having everything in one place is why the website is really good. Now we can talk through this menu. If we go back to the home, it's the same menu. So these are these four things. This is family, the new earth, inspiration, the new music, the new humans, activating human potential, and then we have the new education. And here you can see all of these. So here's, for example, the play in 2 days I wanted to show you. And it explains what that is. You can go and get me to do a play in 2 days with your children, in your group, in your homeschooling group, in your family, in your school, and we will create a play in 2 days from the children's imagination, from their spiritual access. Doesn't mean I'm going to go in like a guru and we do meditation. No, you do it through play. Meditation can be done in many ways. Improvisation is the most exciting way of meditating. It allows your spirit to speak through you. And from improvisation, you create storylines and you create a play. So that's a lovely thing. I can go in and go to your schools and do that. Let's go through this again. So that's the one-on-one performing arts I talked to you about. You can book me for any session around the world because we can do it through Zoom. It does work. There's our play in 2 days. There's the full teacher training again, which is about equipping people to be the new teachers, to listen fully to the human being that's in front of them and to aid them in finding what they need to know. You are the support guardian. Here's book me as a speaker. Yes, I like to come and talk to organizations and groups and inspire you with my inspiration on education, on being your full self, on contacting your spirit every day to get information. So there's activating your human potential, and even down to, yes, planning and building environments for children to learn in. I am absolutely down for that. Please invite me. I love to do that. Here are the create your own homeschool packages. Again, you can find that from this main menu. And here's our starting packages that I said quick. So you can see it's all going on. I also have a very simple contact form. You can talk to me about anything you're concerning with. Most of the pages will have a contact form. If you go and have a look, so here's the activating human potential. There is a contact form. If you can't somehow use that, you can go, you can comment on any of my videos once you get into Rumble. I only have a few on YouTube because they kept on getting rid of all my videos. Even my children's ones. But yes, most of the pages have got ways to contact me. You can get to a form, you can, that's an iWeber one. I have to use lots of different things to sort of get people on board to find the right way. But if you can't find me, you should be able to go to one of these Facebook pages and just message me and have a chat there. There's always a way to talk to me if for some reason you're not finding the simple form or anything else. So that is my website. As you can see, it is burgeoning with stuff. And when you press play, you will get this music. Well, not when you press play, it's actually when you open it. This is a song that I wrote a long time ago with Gren Fraser, who was one of the members of my band, INSPIRITION. It's hard not to speak the words with my mouth when I'm listening. So there we go. You can go straight to books and courses and get any of my books there. There are courses here. Look, too. Oh, my goodness. I didn't do them all, did I? So here is the ones about homeschooling. I have a whole lot of courses of videos I made on singing and acting. I have some other children's books. I love this children's book. This one was banned from YouTube, yes, because it's all about Clepsydra Turnabout. She looks like an hourglass who loves nature, animals and birds. And these two people used to look very different. They were Mr. and Mrs. Upside Downer. That's why YouTube banned her. That's a children's book. Life in the Cupboard, another children's book. It was me being in the cupboard, broken out with sound. So yeah, you can see I've even got my albums down here. You can go and see my Zog shows still. There are a few that you can find. So there's a lot on here and I welcome you. And if you want to chat to me, as I said, going to my social media is probably the best way to chat to me. I have Isabel M.A.'s Inspiration. I have the Speaking House. I don't use Zog so much, actually. Of course, I've just got Isabel M.A. as well on Facebook. And I'm very circumspect who I let in there, so I don't let everyone in. So my friend count is quite low. Well, it's not 5,000, let's just say that. They still have some available friendship spaces. So there we are. I have just shown you through that, including, let's just go back to the trainings, but on most of these, if I can find it, ooh la la, I think I'll probably find it somewhere else. Some of these you can see my, yeah, here we go, like my Rumble channel. So if you click on that, you can get to, that's a YouTube channel, that one you just saw. So you can get to YouTube, and on some of the pages I have my Rumble. So just click around. If you don't want to go and Google the Heavenly Tea, which is my Rumble channel, you can find it a lot on this page. But you will find, see, that's still YouTube. Those are the days when I thought YouTube, that's last year. I started my Rumble channel last summer when I realized I needed one that worked. So yes, that's me in a little nutshell. And come and visit, and I will look forward to working with you in the future or tomorrow. Bye-bye.